My name is Jennifer Collings, and I am here to talk about my practicum for Class Health 698 in the Masters of Public Health program at Liberty University. My practicum was conducted at Sealed Air Corporation in Charlotte, North Carolina. Sealed Air was originally known for the development of bubble wrap. Now Sealed Air has grown so much they're a global corporation that handles packaging for products as well as food. On the next slide, you will see our Charlotte corporate office. Sealed Air, about 2 years ago, decided to move their corporate office to Charlotte, North Carolina. They wanted to streamline their practices, and they thought that Charlotte was a great place to do this. The campus consists of 3 buildings, and within the building A that you see there on the left, there is a bistro, a campus fitness center, and an aerobics center. In the bistro and cafeteria, they have an executive chef as well as a coffee house. Everything about this campus is cutting edge, and that includes the development of their wellness program. On the next slide, you will see the purpose of the practicum was to start a grassroots wellness program at the corporate office at Sealed Air. Working with the Health and Fitness Employee Resource Group, I began to develop a week of wellness activities. The purpose of these activities was to provide a variety of health-related activities for the employees and then evaluate the effectiveness of these activities. The Sealed Air Corporation is at the beginning stages of building their wellness program. They worked well with their healthcare provider, Cigna Healthcare, in order to have a health coach on campus. Working with the health coach and the human resources and the health and fitness ERG, we developed the weekly events that you'll see on the next slide. Health and Fitness Week ran May 21st through May 25th. We had activities going every day at different times throughout the day. On Monday, there was a body composition with the health coach, as well as daily walking groups in the afternoon. In Charlotte, North Carolina, it is quite hot. We actually had pretty good attendance for these walking groups, considering the weather and the culture at the moment of Sealed Air. Sealed Air's culture is it's a very high-stressed, high-volume environment, and getting people to step away from their desk is a little bit of a barrier and provides us some opportunity for change. We partnered with the senior leadership team, or the SLT, to try to get them to help to lead some of our activities. The timing of the week was kind of difficult because the week before there was an executive board meeting, so some of our SLT members were actually out of town the week that we did Health and Fitness Week. We did have one, Ken Chrisman, and he led a TRX workout with minimal participation, honestly. I led 2 different lunch and learn sessions, one on stretch and strengthening in the workplace and one on how to begin an exercise program. The main event we had was the health fair, which we'll talk about in a minute. At the end of the week, we had a really fun activity, which was a scavenger hunt. During this scavenger hunt, we partnered with the human resources to provide questions for employees based around health and wellness questions, as well as the core competencies for Sealed Air. We thought this was a great way to meld the two together since they're trying to rebuild culture from the inside out. On the next slide, we start to talk about the health fair. The health fair was a huge event for this campus. This was the first time something like this had ever been done on this site. We invited 20 community vendors from Charlotte and the surrounding areas. If you don't know anything about Charlotte, North Carolina, it's a quite large metropolitan area with South Carolina to the south and some other areas, Mooresville and Concord to the north. People don't live just in Charlotte. They live within a 30 to 45 mile radius in any direction. I wanted to make sure that the health fair vendors pulled from a variety of different places within Charlotte. The vendors that we had included both of our hospital systems. We have 2 large hospital systems here in the area. We invited both of them to come. We had 2 different running groups. We invited 2 different chiropractors, one which offered seated massage, which was a great hit. The vendors, they brought a variety of health information, and we had some health screenings. Health screenings is another opportunity for Sealed Air. We're working with their Human Resources Department to build policies around additional health screenings for the future. On the next slide, you will see some pictures from the health fair. One of the other things that we offered at the health fair was pre-registration for the mammogram van that we brought on campus just at the end of August, at the middle of August actually, it was August 15th. So if you look in the right-hand corner there, you can see the Charlotte Radiology rep, and she's taking registration. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, you can see Carolina Family Chiropractic. If you look really closely, you can see that they're doing seated massage there in the back. We also did registration for a challenge that we're partnering with the YMCA called the C2 Challenge. You can see that on the left. On the next slide, you will see the results from our health fair. We have around 900 employees on campus. Being that this was the first event, I was hopeful to have at least 50, and I really wanted 100 participants. We had 68 employees attend the event, so all in all, this was a win. We sent 63 surveys out after the fact, and we had 33 surveys returned. There's some opportunity around the evaluation of this event. Should have evaluated it at the time of the event, and so in future events we will have the survey ready to go. We will offer an incentive for returning the survey, which will be a raffle for a prize. On the right, you will see the first question there is, how would you rate the health fair? 18 individuals rated it as excellent, and 9 rated it as good. I find this to be a win. Again, this was the first time this had been done on this campus, so I'm glad that I didn't get any negative or poor ratings. The second question that you see there is, how did you become aware of the health fair? This is an interesting opportunity for the Sealed Air campus. Sealed Air is a paperless campus. That means we are not allowed to have flyers up. We are not allowed to have posters. There is no paper allowed in any way to promote any kind of event. Everything is done through email or our digital signage. We did use the digital signage, but as you can see, only 5 people claim that they saw that and have responded to it favorably. The main way that people responded to the invitation for the health fair was through email. This is going to provide valuable information in going forward so that we have an argument for some additional marketing materials, maybe some table tents in the bistro, and adding time to the advertisement. On the next slide, you will see 2 additional questions that we asked during the survey. One is, if offered again, would I participate? There was an overwhelming response to this question. 22 strongly agreed and 10 agreed. Again, I find this to be a win. We weren't sure. I assumed that people would enjoy the event. I was right. So, the second question that you see there is, has your participation motivated you to change an unhealthy behavior? This question I'd like to dig in further in the future with our future health fairs. I wanted to know and capture where people were in their stage of change. So we have 7 people who strongly agreed that something that was said to them encouraged them to change their behavior. 21 agreed. This is pretty great response. With having a health coach on campus, it's a great opportunity for us to start building that culture of well-being and connecting individuals to someone who can help them to move them through their stage of change to make them a healthier individual. Interestingly enough, 2 people disagreed and 1 strongly agreed. I wish that we had had a write-in opportunity for this so that we could know exactly what they disagreed with. Thank you very much for taking the time to review the practicum. This was a great learning experience, and I look forward to working with Sealed Air in the future to build their wellness program.